Hey there, Frailers. Well, this is by request, so I'm going to do the best I can here. I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow, I'm drunk and dirty. Don't you know, and I'm still Willin. Out on the road late at night, I seen my pretty Alice in every headlight. Alice, Dallas, Alice. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven the back road so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weed and wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. I've been kicked by the wind, robbed by the sleet, got my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still Willin. Now I'd smuggle some smokes and folks from Mexico, baked by the sun every time I go Mexico, and I'm still moving. And I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven the back road so I wouldn't get weighed. If you give me weed, whites and wine, and you show me a sign, and I'll be willing, be moving. All right. Well, that should give you the idea anyway. And yeah, the song is called Willin, and it was written by Lowell George, of Little Feat, but apparently wrote it just slightly before forming Little Feat. And we'll go over this. Rhythmically, it's a little tricky, even for, well, I mean, it's tricky for me, so, you know, you may actually do better at it. So let's give this a try. Now, what I'm doing here, he's playing a lot of interesting guitar, little filigrees here, and so I found that it sounded kind of closer on banjo if actually it starts with a G, but what I'm actually doing here, if you may remember, if you do a full G, you got F, F sharp, G like this. These two fingers are playing up here, G. So I found it's actually a descending. So I'm really just playing on the first and fourth strings here, and I'm starting at the fifth. Now you don't actually, it'd be just fine to do it like this, but I found that little extra note, and I'm doing a little bit of a hammer on here, so it's kind of going. So it's just coming down from 5th fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret, and then to a C. So the 2nd fret here, that's actually an E minor. So. So it's G. And it's really coming to F sharp here, but it's an F sharp bass, basically, working against the G and the B. So it's a little dissonant, but it gives you a little bit of that flavor. And it goes to C, and then G. And then a quick, now that goes a very quick C to D to C, back to G. Now if you find it easier, you can do that as a bar chord. So you could do G and then C, C, D, C, G. Now I'm actually throwing in a little, I guess it would be double thumbing here, so it's really kind of... or here. So it's, I've been warped by the rain, driven by the snow. I'm drunk and dirty to C, don't you know, to G. And I'm C, still Willin, to open G. Out on the road, late at night, I seen my pretty Alice, now to C, in every headlight, G, Alice, C, D, C, Dallas, Alice. And it goes to the chorus. It goes to starts with a G. Well, I've been, and it goes to C. Been from Tucson to Tucum, D, Tucumcari, then to E minor, to Hatchapi to Tonopah, to C, open G. Driv, and then goes to back to C. Every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven the back row. It really just stays on C here the whole time, and you just kind of, you can kind of hammer on and pull off kind of. So driven the kind of rig that's ever been made. Back road so I wouldn't get, and it goes up to D. Get way, and if you give me. Now this one is almost more like strumming. You can do it a couple of ways. You can do why, so you can do why am weed white, so C. Actually, it's E minor, wine, and back to G. And you show me us, and then to D. Sign, and then go back to G. I'll be willing to back, and then that little quick to be moving, or and then back to the verse. I've been kicked by the wind, well, by the sleet, and my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still Willin. And that's pretty much the whole song. It's pretty much, from that point, it's just repeating the verse, and then back to the, I've been to Tucson to Tucumcari part. Been to Tucson, Tucumcari. Now what I will say is, on the, if you give me weed, whites, and wine, you give me weed. You can actually do, switch into 3/4 time if you want to and try that. If you give me weed, wine, and wine, back to G. Show me a sign, or you can kind of do what I call arpeggios. You can kind of go weed, wine, and wine, side, and I'll be willing to be moving. Anyway, I'm sure if you work on that and play around with it, listen carefully and work on it, you may come up with an arrangement of it that's better than what I'm doing here, but at least it gives you a framework and it gives you the chords and it gives you the general idea. So you take that and try to run with it and have some fun, and I'll see you guys next week.